Okay, so next fracture update. It's now October the 15th. It's just over 8 weeks since my operations. Hands are coming on really well. Excuse the minging bandages. They're really just to protect the scars now, not for anything else, just because I don't want to catch them. But yeah, the hands are coming on really, really well now. I'm really pleased, and I'm back at work. Well, I'm doing gradual hours back to work. Hence the fact I have makeup on and I'm dressed. I do have my dressing gown on, although I'm going to go and put it on in a minute. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how things are coming along. There's limited things now that I can't do, which is basically opening the front door, believe it or not, because it's a really heavy solid door here, and I just can't turn the lock in it, turn the key in the lock to open it. So if there's nobody in, I'm stuck. And opening the tops off jars and bottles is still a bit tricky. But pretty much everything else now I can either do or have a damn good go at. So that's great. I'm really pleased with how they're coming along, considering, obviously some of the pins I have been told are going over some of my joints, which I can feel, which isn't nice. But I have been told I'll get used to that, and I can have the pins taken out. In fact, the pins and the plates can come out after, I think it's 6 months to a year, because they're actually redundant after that. They're not really doing anything because the bone's healed, so they're just sitting there. Most people leave them in, but if they're a problem, I can have them taken out. But it does mean another operation, and it does mean 6 to 8 weeks of recovery. So if I can leave them in, I will, but I can't feel them, which isn't pleasant. But if I get used to it, great. But pretty much everything else I'm doing for myself now, much to the pleasure of most of the people in my life who are absolutely fed up of having to run around after me. So they're very pleased. I'll probably have about another 3 to 4 face-to-face physios, then I'll just be doing it myself till probably about Christmas. Hoping to do some light lifting by then. Really hope so, as long as I'm careful and don't go mad, which I wouldn't do because all this has been for nothing, and I really wouldn't be that stupid. But yeah, I think with my last video, or my first video rather, I did want to try and make a bit of a plea to gyms to perhaps look into helping people safety exit from lifts, particularly heavy lifts, or any sort of lift really, but heavy ones are obviously going to cause more damage like mine. And now that gyms have shut again, it's like the focus has gone right onto something else now, hasn't it? Which is fair enough because it's really crap that they've been shut again. But I guess it does highlight the fact that people are going to go back to home workouts again, and the stress of the gym shutting, not being able to do your routine again. It all adds up, and it all brings you to, can bring you to a bad place like it did with me. Because when the gyms first shut, I did go into a really weird place with it all. I was absolutely devastated they'd shut, and I was doing such strange things, contacting every bloody gym I could think of and begging them to let me go, and that's what led to the fatiguing of the home workouts, pushing myself so hard, buying my own stuff, spending a hell of a lot of money out that I wouldn't have done if all this hadn't happened. Not that I regret it, but obviously it did lead to this. So yeah, I know it's hard when your routine's taken off you again. Nobody knows that more than me because of what it caused me to do. But I think they'll open a lot quicker. It won't be like the first time. As long as you can stay active, then you'll be fine. Honestly, I could do. Looking back now, I did so much at home with a pair of dumbbells and resistance bands. It was unbelievable. But I punished myself because I didn't think it was the same as a gym workout, and and I went extreme, and I really wouldn't recommend doing that. But I still think it's really important that the awareness of how to exit a lift safely is definitely top of the agenda when gyms are back open again. And I think it'd be great if people did online stuff, and because there's so little out there. I did look at things and I could find very few videos, and the ones that were out there, they were really complex, and the people doing them were just doing them too quick. You couldn't really make out what they were doing to get out from under the squat or the bench. So I do think it's really important, especially with everybody's stress levels up and down as well with all this virus stuff. It's a hard time, so your stress levels are up as well, which doesn't help with workouts because we all know stress is the worst thing for a workout. So yeah, I'm still going to keep sort of highlighting the dangers of it, and and hoping that gyms take that on board. But yeah, otherwise it's all progressing well. So probably the next video I do now will be more likely when I'm back to lifting again, because I'm quite sure people just don't want to see me going on about, yeah, I'm still doing lots of physio. I think the proof in the pudding will be when the lifting comes back again, so that's probably when I'll do one now. But hopefully these videos have helped people to some degree, and you know, and that you can come back from really nasty injuries even when you think you're not going to. So yeah, just stay positive, keep training, but train safe.